Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For this one, I don't really have a whole lot to open up for Yu-Gi-Oh! I do have some stuff ordered to come. Like I've got some like ghosts from the past or whatever it is. Some of that set ordered, and then the like God set that's coming out. I think in June. I've got like 3 of each of those God pre-made decks ordered, and as soon as like King's Court becomes available, I'll have some of that ordered. Hopefully I can get plenty of that, because that is one of those sets. I think there's only like 60 cards to it, so I'm definitely going to be trying for like a play set of the set, like I did with Legendary Duelist Season 2. So for this video, the only opening I have, I found online for pretty cheap, Shonen Jump from spring of last year, but it comes with some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I didn't know exactly what it came with, but I used to have a subscription to this, and I still have a number of the cards that I had gotten from it, like Red Eyes, Black Dragon, and like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from probably like almost 20 years ago. But I pretty much had just ordered for the cards, and it seems like it's just Speed Duel, get a free starter deck. Is there a date on that? It just says while supplies last. So that's probably not good anymore. And then a playmat for Speed Duel. And then we've got our promo pack here. Feral Imp, Battle Ox, Dark Rabbit, Baby Dragon, Meteor Dragon, Copycat, Gravekeeper Spear, Soldier. And so there's a number of cards that came with. Alright, so the rest of this is kind of like upcoming deck ideas. So I do have, like, these are the what was it, Acria or something like that. So I do already have a number of cards for that, but I also have a good number of them coming. So I thought it would be cool to put together like an anime style deck. So I'll probably have enough for like 3 different ones. So I'll be doing a video for those once I have those put together. But one of the like bigger, like I'm more of an OG Yu-Gi-Oh player, so something I thought would be really cool is to put together like an ultimate list of decks for like specific characters. And I just have this one printed out, but I'm working on one for Kaiba, Joey, and then Jaden from GX. And so, like, as you can see here, it's broken up by like fusion, ritual, normal, effects, spells, traps. And then there's a number of them that were like in the series. And to put this list together, this is based off of like there's one source online that I could find that would even attempt to break down cards that are like connected to a character. And it's really not a reliable source, even though it is like a Yugioh.com source. It's very outdated and incorrect. Like, as an example, for Joey, they have the Fang of Critias instead of the Claw of Hermos. Things like that just totally ruin it, and there's stuff missing and things that aren't there that should be there. But so this is based off of that, and then actually having watched the entire series, seasons 1 through 5, and then the 3 movies that came out, and then going into GX. So, like, cards that are connected to the character through all of those is what this list is based off of. So it is from this list that I'll build a deck. And like for these not real ones, I went through to see, because of, like fan made cards that are like this, or like that actually look real but they're not. I went to see if any of these not real ones, like someone had to have made like a fake version of it. And there are a good number of them that were created, but I mean there was 20 of them that are Yu-Gi-Oh, or I mean Yugi, like either a Tim or regular Yugi used, that were never made in any way, so they don't really exist. So those are kind of like grayed out here. And then for ones that people did make, like they look real but they're not, and then like the current as of a couple days ago, which it'll probably be a little while before this video gets posted, but the current prices for it. So it comes out to like 26 cards that are fake that I could order, but those 26 cards, not including tax or shipping, comes to $157. I'm not going to do that. So I am just sticking to these from here. And as of right now, I am like 10 cards away from actually having everything. And I do have those ordered. They're just on their way. So these are, kind of just token ones, but they are listed through the Yugioh.com one. And then we have our fusions. And this is not just based off of like specifically to that character, like because there were so many cards, over 40, that aren't really real. I decided to have like one stipulation to the list, and it is anything that was at their disposal and what they would need in order to actually use it. So for example, like Black Skull Dragon, Yugi really didn't carry that everything needed for that. I mean, there was a time where like Joey had given him Red Eyes and he was carrying it, so he could have done it, but the only time he summoned this was when he was in like a tag duel with Joey and he played off of his field. And the same thing with let's see, what was that, Dragon Master Knight, when Yugi was playing off of Kaiba in like a 4-way duel. Well, in order to actually use that, he'd have to have other cards. So that's kind of what this is based off of. And yes, here soon these will all be sleeved. But this is just kind of... And then I also had added in like cards I believed they should have been entitled to. Like when Yugi was in Battle City and went up against Arcana. Arcana had an alternate art Dark Magician. Well, he should have won a card from him during Battle City, which would have been his alternate art Dark Magician. But it never showed him actually claiming it or taking it. So I included it anyway. Same thing like with Joey. He should have had Raw, but he wasn't able to finish out just saying attack, so he was like robbed from it. So I did include Raw in his list. But I'll run through these real quick. I mean, it has been weeks of watching and research and looking for as much as I could find online stating like used what here and like including Time Wizard, because it was Yugi who gave Joey Time Wizard. So that meant at one time Time Wizard was at Yugi's disposal. So cards like that are included. And these decks that I build like this, they are going to be very old school type decks. Like they're not going to be meant for anything competitive, where it'll be like a 60 card deck that has a lot of like forbidden cards or, you know, limited. But the only time that I actually have more than one copy of a card is when it had shown that there was more than one copy at their disposal. Like obviously polymerization. He's got 14 different fusion summons in this. He's going to need 3. And then like the last duel between Yugi and Atem to send Atem to his like final rest. Both of them used a Pot of Greed, and they pulled their decks from the same collection, so that meant that he had 2 of them at his disposal. So that's what these are based off of. And so I've got a Yugi one pretty close to where as soon as those cards come in the mail, I'll be able to like actually sit down and pull like one deck from this. And I'm still going to keep these cards totally separate from like the normal collection. And then I'll move on to Kaiba, then Joey. And as of right now, I'm still working on Jaden because I'm still watching GX. But as those are finished, then I can get into like my normal deck builds. And those will be a bit more competitive, like multiple copies of a card that can have it. And after that, that's when I can start getting into like giveaways for Yu-Gi-Oh. But that's really all the more I have for Yu-Gi-Oh at this time. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.